Hey, how's it going? I'm your host TV, and welcome back to Insomnia Reviews. This is the 11th episode. It's been a second, which is a phrase that I find myself saying more and more often on this channel. I was originally going to record a video of a game that I found on Steam, which I will not say the name of because I want it to be a surprise. I don't want any spoilers or anything like that. But, I'm having problems recording it with OBS because it appears in the corner when you record it. I had to do some tests to make sure things were okay. They were not okay. I'm working it out though. I'm working it out. I'm gonna get that video out eventually. Hopefully. It's a really neat looking game. I really want to play it. And I'm not playing it before I I want to play it on this channel. I want to record it for you guys, but also for me. So I thought, hey, let's do a video of Insomnia reviews. Now, as you can tell, I am a fan of Gorillaz. In fact, the first Insomnia reviews was on the Gorillaz debut album, which is back there. No, it's not. It's in my bag. I'm a liar. Sorry. But yeah, I'm a fan of Gorillaz. In fact, I only have 2 posters in my room of musical artists / bands. And one of them is right there, in all of its glory. The Gorillaz Plastic Beach poster. Yeah. Which is actually what we're talking about today. Plastic Beach. The album that almost killed Gorillaz. Yeah. I'm just gonna start this off saying, I love the direction it went artistically. I mean, look at that. You can't really look at that, because my camera quality is terrible. But it's beautiful looking, okay? The cover art is beautiful. This is beautiful right here. This is beautiful. However, with the CD, you can't look at all of the art anymore because, you know how albums usually come with a little booklet? Little art booklet? Well, the Gorillaz album does. This Gorillaz album does come with it. However, you don't really get it. You get these 2 pieces. You get track listing, right here. You get all the legal stuff. And then right here, down at the bottom, you need to go to the website to access the content on a page that no longer exists. Meaning, in order to properly view the Plastic Beach digital album booklet, you have to go to Internet Archive or something, and you can't directly do that most of the time, because I tried to look for it there. I had to find a link off of Reddit to find this. I got this album all the way back in May, and I hadn't seen the digital album booklet, which I looked for it. Apparently I just didn't look hard enough. Hang on. And, yeah. That's my biggest gripe with this album. It's that you need a lot of the content that isn't on the CD, the music. You need to go to the website on a page that no longer exists. So, that's my biggest gripe. But enough of that. Let's talk about the actual thing that we have right here. This is going to hell in a handbasket real quick, huh? Let's take a look at the actual CD itself. In this sleeve. I don't like sleeves most of the time. I think there are very few exceptions to this, but I do not. I think this was the first time Gorillaz actually used a sleeve, too. I think it might have also been the only time. I don't know. Sleeves are just too fragile, and it's a pain in the ass to get the CD out sometimes, because it sticks. It sticks to the inside of the sleeve. I don't even know if that's the proper term, but that's what I'm gonna say. On the CD, we have a silhouette of a submarine sticking out of the water, which is pretty nice. For the music itself, well, there is only one song on here that I do not like. The rest of them are either I don't particularly care for this, or this is awesome. The one song that I do not like is Welcome to the World of the Plastic Beach. I don't like it. There's no huge explanation. It has nothing to do with whatever's going on with Snoop Dogg nowadays. I'm not particularly caught up on that anyway. I just don't like it. It doesn't, you know... Snoop Dogg feels kind of wasted there, you know? Which... yeah. Now, my favorite song is definitely Super Fast, Jellyfish. That just hits. It just hits a certain way. Feels good to listen to. Makes me feel good right here. Right in my chest. Just feel good. Not the song, not the Feel Good Inc., but it makes me feel... I also like Some Kind of Nature, Melancholy Hill. Stylo is pretty nice. Stylo is pretty great. I like the rest of the songs, but I also kind of like, I could take it or leave it. The only song that I constantly find myself skipping is Welcome to the World of the Plastic Beach. That's the only one that I skip every time. It's hard to believe that this album was almost the Gorillaz' last album because of how badly it was received when it first came out. But now, it's one of their most popular albums. Now, I was also planning on reviewing The Fall, which I got before I got this, which is also part of Phase 3. It's technically an album. It's in a weird place. Like, it's an album, but, like, it's kind of niche. In fact, I didn't even know about it until I was looking for cheap Gorillaz albums to buy on Amazon. And I was like, oh, what's this? They had, whoa. And that was like the third Gorillaz album that I got. And honestly, I do not regret the purchase. It is one of my favorite albums of all time. It's just a very peaceful and tranquil album, and I will be talking about it later. Not today, so I'm going to shut up. Save that for another video. Let's get down to the rating. Alright, so, if I had to give this a rating, which I will give it a rating, because that's kind of the point of this, so I can talk and give things a rating, because, you know, I have no social life. I'd have to give it a 6 out of 10. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a great album, but it's not a great album. I love it, but, it's not really up there in my rating of Gorillaz albums. One of these days I might do like a tier list, but this one is probably B tier or C tier. That's a joke, cause C. One of the things that really kills it for me is the slip, as I told you. Because one of my favorite parts about getting an album on CD is being able to look at the slip. The little booklet. Looking at the art, the pictures, all of that beauty, all that care that was put into it. But you don't get that with this. Not anymore, because, you know, it's gone now. It's whoosh. Magic. Disappeared. And that really kills it for me. I probably would have given it a 7. Or, yeah, a 7 if it were not for that. But I gotta give it a 6 out of 10. A 6 out of 10. Yeah. And I guess that's really it. That's all I gotta say. If you enjoyed it, well, hit the like button. And subscribe if you aren't already. Ring the bell for notifications, and I will see you all next time. Remember, have a good day, have a good night, and try to have some fun, why don't you? See ya!